Well, here we are again.
Yes, who would have thought?
Who would have thought
again.
coronavirus persists?
Yeah, but we persist too.
We're still here.
Yes,
That's right.
So we haven't let it get us.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know anyone who's got coronavirus. Do you?
No,
you don't.
And however,
you don't.
I know. Joseph Tawadros had it.
But Joseph Tawadros, I mean, he's someone who would probably get it just to be popular.
Yeah.
Just to be included.
Yeah.
But
but
I don't know if he got it. He's okay though.
He's okay.
He's all right.
But some people get it and they're okay.
Yeah, some people get it and they're okay. I don't know anyone.
My friend Vince, he lost a couple of friends in America. Yeah.
To
coronavirus. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
You sure it was coronavirus?
Yeah. Yeah. I know your theories on this.
I'm just wondering because, like, I got family in Egypt, and it's not the most sanitized country, or if you're gonna get sick, it's a place to. And none of my relatives have caught coronavirus, and there's no distancing.
Yeah, but they're not living in slums, or they're not living in a look at Brazil.
Yes.
Where everyone was going out.
Yeah.
And the president said, "Go out, don't stay home."
Yes.
And that's got the worst cases in the world.
Oh yeah, but
mass deaths more than America now.
Really?
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, you don't. I mean, where do you hear the information? Where do you get the information?
Oh, from the health board.
The health board. You trust the health board?
Well,
what have they brought out? What have
I look up online at the statistics, and
so where do these statistics come from? That's the thing. Like, maybe we're being fed lies, and we assume it's true because it's on the telly.
Yeah.
Or it's online.
No, I know what you mean, like in terms of questioning what's on the telly. But
you can't prove otherwise. You have to just accept it.
But then you can't prove anything. At some point, you got to say, all right, either the health board is in on this,
yes,
and giving false information, like say someone dies of
being run over by a car.
Yeah, and they say
coronavirus.
Yeah.
It was in the wheels of the car. Had a bit of coronavirus got into his nose.
So no, he's run over by a Corolla, not Corona.
Coronavirus. The coronavirus. Everyone's got Corollas. Oh no, this is worse. Look, I don't know. I hope it goes away soon.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what to do. With my time, it's. So I've always whinged when we were busy and working all the time.
Yeah, that you just like time by yourself.
If only I had time, I would write a masterpiece.
Yes.
I would write the best routine ever. I would write the best film script ever written. If only I had like a few months.
You've had those few months?
Yeah.
What have you written?
Nothing. I've written nothing. Not even a shopping list. I don't even. I've lost my pen.
Yeah.
I've been just wasting time. It's really weird.
Because I had a friend who retired, and he said, "I'm going to do so much when I retire." And I got no time to do anything.
Yeah.
Like,
And then he retired.
He retired, and then he said, "I got no time to do all this stuff I wanted to do. I'm so flat out."
Flat out doing what?
Whatever, life.
So different stuff that he planned to do.
Yeah.
That's strange.
So
what do you need?
But what is your excuse though, like for not getting it done?
Well, look, it's very complex. I don't know. I've got to sleep.
You've been sleeping a lot? Yeah.
Been sleeping a lot.
As my Dr. Max says, that's the best thing.
Oh yeah.
That's the most important thing for your health.
Sleep with Dr. Max.
No, not to sleep with him, but to get enough sleep.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But he said, number one is sleep.
Sleep.
Diet.
Exercise.
In that order.
Yeah. I like the first one.
Yeah.
Second one depends.
Well, eat healthy. You don't have to diet. Not necessarily diet. Eat healthy.
Yeah. Exercise. I used to exercise quite a bit.
Yeah.
But I just gave it up. I thought, no, what's this?
You used to work out many years ago. I remember, like back in the early 2000s, you were going to the gym.
I was going strong.
And that guy, but you got injured. I remember some guy showed you some weird move in it.
That's it. Whenever I take advice of someone, it always ends in disaster.
Yeah.
Always. So I'm doing these shoulder things just to, strengthen my shoulders.
Yeah.
And this guy comes up. I was going well. I was going really well. No pain, nothing. And he says, no, you're doing it incorrectly. Let me just show you. You bend your knees like this, and then stretch again. And I did it once and ripped my ligament. Just went. I could actually hear it ripping, and it just it really hasn't healed properly yet.
That's the worst. The shoulder injury is some of the worst. That's one of the most common injuries that you hear people have in gyms.
It's good to be common,
yeah.
It's good that I'm not the only one.
I went to this gym in it was a Fitness First gym, and there was a guy there, and he had a Superman singlet on, and a Superman tattoo on there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. and he had these reflective glasses on.
Right. Have you just worked too hard and you were hallucinating?
No. This guy, he thought he was
Superman.
and he got on there, and he's got the weights for the shoulder press.
Yeah.
And he lifts it up. It was really heavy.
Yeah.
And rolled off the thing and collapsed.
Fantastic.
And
in the Superman costume.
In the Superman,
yes. That's
attire.
great. Now, sorry to change the subject so dramatically, but on a more important note,
you were so enthralled by that Superman story that
No. I was just, I'm very self-centered, Joel. So as you're telling the story,
you're thinking of something else.
I wasn't even listening.
No, I know.
I was saying, I wish you'd hurry up so I can tell my story.
Yes. You're just watching what,
yeah,
and then
not even what, like on mute. No, but you're making a big decision in your life very shortly. One of the biggest decision a man could make with a woman or a man, or it's ambiguous these days. But you are getting married to a lovely woman.
Yes.
Are you scared? Are you nervous? Or?
No.
No hesitation.
No, it's no. There's no doubt. Cool. Like if I, because I've never felt this before. Like wanting to get married. I've always thought, I'll just be with someone, and what will be will be. Yeah. But this is the first time I thought, I want to spend my life with this person.
And are you intending to have children?
We're not intending, but we're not.
Not intending.
Yeah.
Good answer. Should get into politics. I'll get back to you. Look, I don't know.
Because we've spoken about this before. Like, the issues with the world, the overpopulation issues, that's a big thing.
Not just the overpopulation. I don't have children, by the way. I should disclose that early. Yeah.
But you're...
By choice.
By choice, yeah.
Not low sperm count because of excessive masturbation. I know people will be thinking stuff like that. No, but I from an early age, I thought, no, I'm not. And people will argue, the argument is... yes, it's a terrible world, but maybe you will give birth to a child that will change the world,
or counterbalance the.
Yeah, that's highly unlikely.
Yeah,
it's just
that's what Clint Patterson said to me.
Yeah,
he said to me the same thing that you just said. That idea that people before
have you looked at his kids? They'd be lucky to get a job at the railways.
Clint's got lovely kids.
I'm kidding, I'm kidding, Clint. But really, but he didn't give birth to the next Martin Luther King or the next Gandhi. If I had a child, at
least physically resemble, perhaps.
Physically, be the next Gandhi.
Yeah,
but just in physicality, none of his social.
None of the altruistic.
No,
but you're a pretty altruistic guy. You have, and your wife Kate very much so.
Yes.
So I would think that a child would be brought up in that with those kind of qualities instilled in it.
Yeah, but why? There's no reason. You gotta have a reason,
What, to want to have a kid, or
What for?
But no, it would be lovely. Like if I was gonna,
Once you get a puppy. They're good
we
and
could
they're
do
easy.
That. We could do that.
They fill the same needs.
Yeah.
Same needs for nurturing.
Yeah.
The dogs just do the job, and you can you just got to clean the poo up, which you would have to do for babies.
For babies, anyway.
Same thing.
Yeah, but you got to do it for the dog's whole life. You don't have to do it for the baby's
and
whole
the baby
life.
doesn't try and hump your leg.
No.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But Erica and I were watching this interviews with all these people that were like over 100. And what their thoughts were on life, and it was incredible watching people that had been in the Second World War. But there was something kind of sad because the one lady was talking about her children, and I think she was 106.
Oh yeah.
But she's talking about it in past tense. The children are no longer alive.
Oh yeah. Cool.
So
she outlived her kids.
Yeah, and I thought, wow, that's a sad. Like that would be I think a very sad. But she was so optimistic, though, this lady. But that would be to see your children grow and then die, and
old age.
Yeah, and you continue on.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, there were two children that I think died. She had twins, and they died early. And then she said another child that I assume. Yeah.
In the Old Testament, people lived to like 900. Methuselah lived for 900 years, and Noah was like he died young. He was 750.
Yeah,
he was a young man.
Yeah,
and he
died in his prime.
That's right. Yeah. But no,
did they really?
Yeah. Well, that's what.
Really?
If that's the inspired word of God. If you want to argue with the big man, you can do it, but I'm not.
But insane. For the first time.
Yeah.
But Okay, according to the Bible, though, the Earth's only been around for a few 100,000 years, right?
No, not 100,000. It's only been around for less than 2,000 years.
Oh, 200.
Yeah,
Okay.
2,000.
2,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, well, there we go.
The Old Testament. It's mostly bullshit.
So at that point, Methuselah was alive for 1/3 of the existence of the Earth.
No.
Well, how long was she around for? 900 years.
900 years. The Earth is 4 million years
old.
No,
but according to the Bible statistics.
Oh, yeah. No. I mean, yes.
Because when was Methuselah alive? Like 1,000 years ago? Or 2,000? Or
1,500
years ago.
Yeah.
And she was alive for 900 years. So the Earth was
Methuselah is a man, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, maybe it was transgender.
Methuselah was ahead of the curve.
Yeah. No, it's, look, this is where my argument falls to the ground.
All right. I like how you said it, because you never usually use biblical statistics to set up an argument. And
No, I was making a point that maybe the Bible is nonsense. Yeah. That's what I was alluding to, because I wasn't supporting it. I was just being,
facetious.
Facetious, yes. That's right, facetious.
But you're very well versed in the Bible, because you grew up in the Coptic Orthodox Church.
Oh, yes, I did, yes.
And you studied the Bible.
Yes, I studied the Bible.
Well, I had that at school too. We had divinity class.
And ate Jesus every Sunday,
yes,
ate him and drank his blood. Yeah. You know the thing about eating the blood and body of Christ, you're going to have to poo it. So there's, eventually it's going to have to be digested.
No, but I think it's that pure that it absorbs into the system.
No, nothing absorbs into the system.
No, but this is special. This is
you
Christ.
Check your poo.
This is Christ.
Well, I mean, just logically, I'm not being. I don't want to offend anyone.
Yeah.
But I probably will.
Yeah. But these days you can't open your mouth without offending someone anyway. So don't open your mouth near a Coptic priest. Yes.
Especially with your eyes
in
closed.
An offensive way.
In an offensive way.
Yeah.
That's right. No, look, it's crazy. It's something that I think a lot about. But
but in terms of getting married and answering your question, no, I'm 100%.
No, I wasn't saying are there any doubts.
Yeah.
I can see there are no doubts, but I'm saying it's a big step in your life, and you may make more of you, and that's fine, because your future wife is beautiful and you're beautiful.
Oh, well,
but with me, when I look in the mirror, I don't want more of me.
Well, you can
I got small nipples.
You can be Uncle Akmal.
No, I don't. Yeah, I'd be Uncle Akmal. I'm good with kids in that way. I could. But then as long as I can, who was it who said I like kids, but I also like giraffes. I don't want to take one home with me. Who said that?
No, I don't know.
I think it was me. I said it.
It's good.
If you can't find out who said it, it's me.
Claim it.
I'll claim it. Yeah, just like
But how have you found it being like before you were married to being married?
Well, this is the first time I've actually stayed home with my wife.
Yes.
So I'm getting to know her.
Well, it's kind of a similar thing, because with Erica and I, this is the first time Erica and I have been together for 4 months.
Yeah.
Without traveling, without her going to do performances, without me going to do gigs.
Yeah.
So it's a
test. It's a test for the marriage, but I've never done that. I've never stayed home in our entire marriage more than probably 3 weeks, a month would be absolute tops.
I remember when you and I were first touring years ago, and you said, I probably spent more time with you than I have with my wife.
Yeah, I know.
Since I got married. Yeah. But how have you found that, though? And how has Kate found that?
We're still married.
Yeah.
Still married, and
that's good,
she finally told me her name.
Yeah.
So we're getting closer and we're getting to know each other. No, it's a good. We're a good couple.
You are. You guys have a good dynamic going.
Yeah. So I was worried at first, because I thought, this is an unusual thing.
When you first got married?
Yeah. No. Just
going out?
Before the virus. When the virus hit, I thought, I'm going to have to live with my wife now. Mm-hmm. That's going to be unusual. It's going to be a lot of stressful times, but there hasn't been.
That's great.
Yeah, because she's easygoing.
She is.
I'm mental, but she's easy.
But Kate's very... She's very level-headed.
Yes.
She's
tolerant.
She's very, very intelligent, emotionally intelligent.
Yes.
So she understands people's behaviour. She can. So I think, being a therapist and all, she's
a social worker.
That's part of her.
Her job.
Part of her job. So
she finishes her work and then continues it
when she gets home.
Yes, it's never ending therapy session.
Yeah.
But no, it's a good thing. I'm looking forward to. Thank you for inviting me, because you have very limited invites.
But I know we can only have 20 people at the wedding, and I had to call around this week too and tell some people who I had invited them and their partners and say, look, we're sorry, it's just got to be you, because we're it's only 20 people, and there were people that needed to be on that list. That
sorry, Dad. We just. We haven't been connecting lately, so
Mum's gonna take your
table's
spot.
been taken over by this guy I barely know from the restaurant I eat at.
Yeah,
no, it's good. I'm honoured to be invited, and I'm looking forward to it.
No, I think it's gonna be fun. It'll be fun to talk on this podcast about it. It's in 2 weeks from this Sunday is the wedding day.
Sunday.
Yep. And you and Kate are coming up for it. You're gonna stay up in Sydney that night?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Stay up in Sydney.
You're gonna get a hotel?
Your hotel. We're gonna be next door to you.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Just
I can get you a good rate at that hotel.
What? No, I'm joking. I'm not going to be at your hotel.
We're getting an adjoining room. Hey, I got a good theme for the podcast.
Yeah. What's that? And your wife will go, who's that?
Yeah.
What's he doing here? Can you please? Should I call the police? Yes. And so yes, it's been a.
And it's been interesting organising, because we were going to have the wedding in September in Las Vegas, and with everything.
It's a gamble.
It's a big gamble, yeah.
Get it?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You with me?
Yeah.
I'm onto it.
I second that.
Yeah.
And we thought, well, with everything being so up in the air, that ain't going to happen. With all the, who knows when we're going to travel overseas again, especially to America. So we thought, why not do it here in Sydney, and then we will have the reception in Vegas. At a future date, the official reception in Vegas.
If there is an America at a future date.
Yeah. With everything that's going on. This has been a challenging year for America.
A very challenging year. And Trump is in charge, and he doesn't see anything wrong with fascism. He thinks it's a great thing.
Yeah.
I get more control. I do what I want. Let's go for that.
Yeah.
I bet you they'd be at a meeting. We go, why don't we try this fascism thing?
Yeah.
We can just arrest people and shoot them at my, my orders, Mr. President.
You reckon that there's going to be...
Have you taken your pills?
Well, after the detergent comment.
He's probably been drinking detergent. It's destroyed his brain.
What do you think? What do you predict for the election coming up over there?
I think Biden will win.
Yes.
And then Trump will chuck a tanty, and lie on the floor and bang the floor like a 5-year-old, and he's going to refuse to go, and they're going to have to evict him, and he's going to claim squatters' rights.
Well, he'll know what it feels like for a lot of the people that lived in his rented apartments
to be
evicted.
Evicted. Him and that horrible creature, Jared Kushner. What a soulless...
who's that?
He's his daughter's husband, who is this mega real estate guy who's been... there's a book about him, how brutal he is with the poorest of the poor.
Oh, right, yeah.
Things like this sewage bursting in toilets, and he refuses to fix it. And
wow.
And he evicts people at a drop of a hat. They have no... he's just a nasty...
Well, he fits well into the family.
He does fit well into the family. And that Donald Trump's son, that horrible, soulless, demonic creature.
Which one? He's got a few sons.
Let's go all of them.
Yeah.
There's one guy who killed an elephant and
held
the elephant's tail in his...
Yeah.
What a wanker.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
But it's just so sad that, people with people like that, they put so much importance on just base level things. Like, Look,
I killed an elephant.
Look at me.
I traveled to Africa.
I conquered this. It's like, well, no. It's like...
No. You wrestle the elephant.
Yeah, wrestle him.
Put the gun down.
Yeah.
Have a wrestle. And if you win, then that's a triumphant. Yeah, try and sort of
Yeah.
All right, go on a...
But just everything too, the whole money thing too, I was talking to Erica about it the other day, and how people just put their self-worth in their possessions, what their bank balance is, or what they've conquered in terms of, like, Trump builds a massive tower, puts his name on it. That to him is like the end-all and be-all.
Look how big my penis is.
Yeah,
I'll write my name on it. That's all it is. It's just
It's kind of sad, but that's what who are you as a person? That should be the question. And I think with all these politicians, that should be the question. Not, oh, look what I've done and look what I... it should be more. There should be more. Because I think
Trump is more like, oh, look what I've done.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's what he should do. That's his slogan.
Not at all. But it's ridiculous how nowadays, too, people can just use whatever... they can be caught out red-handed with something, and they can just spin it. Or
Trump's been caught red-headed.
Yeah.
So, he's on fire today.
Look at that. Like his hair.
Yeah, like his hair. Yeah, exactly. I know what he's saying. It's terrible. It's a crazy world. That's why I choose not to bring life into this world. If I was really wanting to be a dad, I would adopt some kid. No blacks. Or no, I'm kidding. I'm black myself.
Yes.
I'm black myself. Yes. But you can't say things like that anymore.
No.
It's becoming so sort of just like fascism.
Yeah.
It's a form of fascism. And
but I understand with this in terms of how to treat someone well and how to say something that's not going to be hurtful to someone.
Of course.
Right? So, and you see with all these protests of late and what's been happening, it's like, I think it'd be difficult to find someone at their core that would say, yeah, that this is a bad thing, that going out there and protesting this and bringing this to light.
I think you'd be surprised.
But well, okay, let me rephrase that. Any compassionate, humane person would look at this and go, yes, there have been many wrongs that have been done, and people need to be heard, and these things need to be brought to the forefront and need to be dealt with.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any sane, compassionate, understanding person that
there are a lot of insane, psychopathic people.
But I think it becomes
who listen to their own media, like people who agree with Fox. Will just watch Fox, and that's their reality. They're in that bubble. And the other side too. If you're a liberal and you want to watch CNN or whatever. I've been watching both.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on watching both?
Well, they're both extreme.
Yeah.
They're both fanatical. They're both one-sided to the extent that it's almost cartoon-like. And so you choose whatever narrative you want
to follow,
and you put.
But it is interesting because I've noticed the same thing too. You see the same news story, but two totally different angles depending on which outlet.
But they're always extremely extreme to the other, the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
But
and like that, a few weeks ago on the news they had Trump with the Bible. And then
the only time Trump would ever hold the Bible is if he's got a Playboy inside it. So he wants to conceal it.
And he clearly didn't because he didn't open it. So
he didn't open it. I don't think he's ever opened it. I mean,
But then for all the Democrats though, they had all the African the different scarves on. Did you see that?
Yeah.
But for
taking a knee.
But for that, when looking at that, come on.
It's a theatre.
It's a big show.
It's theatre, right?
And they're just jumping. It's like these corporations that you see that support, like, Nike, supporting Black Lives Matters. But it's like, hang on, I guess Black Lives Matters, but children working in sweatshops and people in Asian countries, those lives don't matter because they're just being exploited and used. So it's very selective. It's like
But also, look, I know you're going to think I'm insane. You probably think that anyway, and paranoid, but I think there's an agenda, right? There's people beyond Fox and CNN and NBC and the politics of Republicans and people above that. Let me give you an example.
But can I just ask you? Do you think there's an agenda behind the outrage that people have against what happened?
No, I think they want to basically the game in town is divide and conquer. So they put people against each other, and which weakens the masses. But I think it gives more authority to the people, the authorities to control people, to monitor their actions. And if people die, then the population is lower and more money for us. But
I don't think it's like Western countries the population, like the population like in Australia, say, right? What they want to bring down the population in Australia?
No.
It's not really.
I'm talking about what's happening in America specifically.
Oh, America.
But globally.
Because but in Australia too, people are protesting.
Globally,
it's still.
Okay, I'll give you an example. Like they're trying to defund the police and they're blaming the police because there's inherent racism in the police force and all that, right? But it goes well beyond that. That's what people don't sort of focus on. Remember the Australian girl that was killed by a black policeman? Who was
in the US.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's no question. She was killed. He said it was an accident. Who knows? It was dark and he panicked. He hadn't been a policeman for long. Killed the girl. He got like a long sentence.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, by contrast, there's like 10 unarmed black men being killed and there's video footage of them.
Yes.
And none of them have been...
he's in jail.
This time.
And the three other...
I'm talking like before
in the
this
past.
incident.
Oh, yes.
I mean, they killed the guy there by choking him and he said, I can't breathe.
Yeah.
He was selling loose cigarettes. That's how, poor and down and out he was. And never get, nothing, you see. So what I'm saying to you, it's not the police system. It's the judges. It's the people who control the judges.
Sure.
It's the people who control the president in the dark. Sure. It's the people who control the money. They're the people who have decided that chaos is good for us. Chaos weakens everybody.
Sure. But I still believe, though, that you see throughout American history, though, there's been a lot of civil rights movement, which had to happen.
But it hasn't done anything. All it's done is they go, okay, yeah, I mean, even back as slavery, right? The abolition of slavery.
Yeah.
What's the word?
Abolition.
The abolition of slavery.
Abolishment.
The abolishment
of slavery.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's English. I can speak English. I learned it from a book from Faulty Towers, which we'll talk about later. And and so they said, they lost. The economy was going to collapse because all this free labor suddenly is gone.
Yeah.
But what they've done, and this happens to this day, so what they do is they arrest black people by like completely out of proportion with any other race. And what they do in jail. So you remember the 3 strikes and you're out?
Yeah.
Right? So if you steal a chocolate bar and it's your 3rd offense, you're
go to jail.
Forever.
Forever?
Yeah. For permanently, for the rest of your life.
For a chocolate bar?
If it's your 3rd offense. And usually it's black people.
Yeah.
Right? It didn't seem to apply to whites,
no,
right?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, and so you got like a huge proportion of the black community incarceration, doing what? Making military hats, sewing flags, things that no one would do, right? And what is that? Is that not slavery? I think you'll find it probably is. It's slavery by another name.
Yeah,
so but good on Martin Luther King, but really for the majority, nothing's changed.
And you look at the statistics and they do back up what you're saying there too.
It's absolutely, so it's slavery by another name.
Okay, so then what needs to happen then? People need to, shout and jump up and down and create...
This is where I lose the argument because I have no idea.
No, but what they're doing now, people are like bringing this to the forefront now and going, hang on, there is a problem here that within the system that needs to be addressed.
But what's going to happen, see, the people who are orchestrating this, and I know you're going to think I can tell by the way you're looking at me, right? They want this to come to a head. So what will happen is the people who are on this side and the people on that side are going to be just as furious with each other, just as passionate.
But here's the thing, I've spoken to a lot of people about this and who have been really upset about the looting, rightfully so.
Yeah.
Of course. But I don't really think I've spoken to anyone who's said that they don't agree with the issues that are being put forward. Like they're saying that this policeman needs to be punished, that there is an inherent problem within the police force, and that these voices need to be heard.
Problem is the lawmakers, the Attorney General, and the Vice President both yesterday said no. There's no inherent. He asked him 3 times. He said, "How many times do you want me to say it?" There is no inherent racism in the United States.
Well, then,
and they're the people who are making the laws.
So do you think this is going to be a big sway for someone like Biden to get through? Because like Colin Powell came out and said he's not voting. He's a Republican.
Look,
and there's talk that George Bush sources, whoever these sources are.
Trump will probably not get in, right? But that's not the point. It doesn't matter who's in charge. So
you think it's going to
Obama
continue?
Was in charge. He's a black man.
Yeah.
And they had one of the highest rates of black incarcerations during his presidency.
Mm-hmm.
They had. And
let's not forget too the Hispanic community in America.
And the Hispanic community.
And that's something which is unfortunate that's not brought to the forefront because they're treated very poorly.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter who's in charge. It just feels chaotic because this crazy guy's in charge, but it makes no difference. He's more transparent. That's why people like him.
Yeah, sure.
He says, I know we don't want the Mexicans coming in, they're rapists, and
whereas someone like Obama would say that, but he wouldn't say that, but it would be similar policies.
Sentiment.
Yeah,
that's right. And he says it much more diplomatically, much more intelligently, much more articulately.
But still, I think in general, in terms of with everything that's been going on, someone like an Obama would be better in office to deal with what's been happening in America.
I don't know.
You don't think?
No. I mean,
so it doesn't matter who's in office dealing with this? Because I think...
while Trump was...
Or someone like... Let's go even further. Say someone like a George Bush would probably be better being in office during all of this.
Look, my Auntie Fazer would be better in office than Trump. And she's mental, right? Look, the thing is, it's an illusion that, whoever is in charge, they're not really in charge. They're not really in charge.
Sure.
I mean, during Obama's presidency, there was the kid who got shot, unarmed child killed by this big white guy, and the big white guy got no conviction.
William Zanzinger
killed poor Haiti Carroll. That's right.
I think it's gone on for a long time.
It's been going on. It hasn't changed.
Yeah.
You think Martin Luther King did such great stuff. No, he didn't. It just went in different channels.
But I think he brought, someone like a Martin Luther King brought the civil rights. Oh, he was like the totem of the civil rights movement. And,
he was.
And so, but
look, he said there are improvements like black people don't have to go to the back of the bus, but that's symbolic. They still have to go to the back of the bus figuratively. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's changed. And so there are evil people, probably reptilian. This is where you lose. If not reptilian, psychopathic, who are power hungry. Power is a very hard thing to give up. And once you have it and you can manipulate, it's like an...
You ain't letting go of that.
It's almost sexual.
Yeah.
Almost.
Well, that's why probably so many powerful people get involved in these, weird... Sexual,
yes. See, you're coming to the party now. You're coming to our side. It's been what took you so long. Welcome.
We actually last week I'd seen it before and you've seen it. Erica and I watched it. True Detective.
Yeah.
And it backs up a lot of that. With the levels of power and
Don't blame the police. The police are not the cause.
But there needs to be some reforms in that though with the but this is the difference with the police in America compared to the police in Australia but there are a lot of issues I remember
indigenous people.
I remember when I left school and I read The Secret Country, John Pilger's book, and thinking, wow, why wasn't this taught in school? There was stuff in there that was just like that I was never taught, and
Scott Morrison wasn't taught. About this when he said that. He said, we have a similar situation. Someone asked him, and he said, no, we've never had slavery in this country. Wait a second.
Wait a minute.
Survey says, Scott Morrison, because that's the impression is we're better.
Yeah.
But we're a much smaller population. The entire population of Australia is about the same as New York.
Yeah.
Right?
The state of New York.
Yeah. So these atrocities can happen without the average person knowing about it.
Sure.
And
But like the atrocities that happen in Australia in our history that maybe they teach it in school
No,
now.
they don't.
They don't. I don't
No,
know. But
no.
when I was at school, it was none of it. And then I'm reading this, just horrified.
Yeah.
And
people get emotional. Like if you talk to someone who disagrees with you,
oh yeah.
they'll get like aggressive.
Yeah, I know.
Because
but perhaps it's like when someone's guilty.
That's right.
And you catch them out on something, they get very aggressive. So
because they know deep down that it was wrong, but then they're defending that what's wrong, so they have to overcompensate by being louder and ruder.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
this hasn't been a very funny episode
it hasn't.
so far.
It has not.
But it's not a funny world at the moment.
No, it's not. I think it's important things that we're not claiming to be the end all and be all authorities on this, but I think it's a good thing for us to talk about. And this is what you and I talk about anyway when we're driving in the car.
That's right.
On tour. So why would we not talk about it now?
Yeah.
But now everyone else can hear this.
Yeah. You think if people are listening to this, they've probably switched off within the first 5 minutes.
God, these guys. Shit?
Yeah. People don't have the focus to sit and listen to something for an hour anymore.
No. Especially something so down and
depressing.
But it is like I said, people say, it happened 200 years ago, get over it. But there's still issues that are happening now. It's like Australia's had, in terms of Aboriginal incarceration, more deaths in police custody than there was during apartheid. It's still on the Amnesty International shame list for the rate of glaucoma in Aboriginal children. So there's still things today that are relevant. So it's not
the 2%. Aboriginal men make 2% of the Australian population, but it's something like they're represented by 40% in prisons.
Really,
40% of that 2%.
Huh.
That people that don't believe stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
there are other things that I could say, but then I don't want to put people off because sometimes I'm
the world is great.
Sometimes when I get into the horrific history of what happened in Tasmania, and it's like people get very. People get upset.
We don't go. No, we didn't have that.
Yeah.
It's Aboriginal people got the vote. What year?
What year?
Was it 67 or 60?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, in the 60s anyway.
Yeah.
So before that, and that's not that long ago, before that, they weren't even considered as human.
Mm-hmm.
You are not even a citizen.
But it is interesting with some other different cultures, though, like the Native American culture or American Indian culture, how they, they've been given some repatriations. But they're still not in,
No, that's
not
right.
in a great way. But then you look at, say, the Maori population.
Because they fought.
They were a warring race.
That's
they knew how to stand up for what they...
Wait, I better not mess with them too much.
But it's kind of sad then that a peaceful race like the Aboriginal community were, and trusting, and like the Native Americans that saying, we don't own this land, but this is something that we are just sharing.
Yeah.
And then that, and those kind of...
it's the people in power, right? People in real power, not political power. The real power is the people in the shadows, right? Now, it's similar to how they're treating African Americans as slaves now by imprisoning a big percentage of them, far bigger than anything. And it's a system. That's how it is. We have to make these things, get these cheap labor. And the whole, when they wanted to colonize Australia, anyone if you steal bread, Australia.
Yeah.
Oh, you looked at me the wrong way. Australia. You got bad teeth. Australia.
Yeah.
And what was that?
Yeah.
That was a form of legitimized slavery.
Yeah. And they were white convicts that were brought over.
Yeah, but they were like really the most trivial crimes.
Yeah.
Like children were sent here for the most sort of
it was ridiculous.
And so what's that? That's there to serve a purpose.
Sure. And you see throughout history, like you just don't have to be of color to be persecuted. Like you look at the history in New York when the Italians first arrived, when the Irish first arrived, they were persecuted. When the Italians first arrived, they were persecuted. So it's like this. It's
territorial. It's us and them. But there are people manipulating that. I think most people want to live in peace. Most people don't care.
Yeah.
Most people don't care. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, likewise. Whatever your background is, whatever you look like, who cares?
I'm assuming the majority of people just want to live their lives, be left alone, but there are string pullers, and we have to destroy them.
Yeah,
And
the string pullers need to be cut.
This podcast is going to achieve that. By the end of this, we're gonna topple the world power.
Yeah.
And it'll be a peaceful world for everybody.
Yeah.
And we'll sing ABBA songs.
Yes.
I don't know where that last bit came from, but my wife loves ABBA.
She does?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Loves ABBA.
Dancing Queen. We were watching a great documentary on Netflix. I'd seen it years ago on Frank Sinatra called All the Way.
Yeah.
And he was one of the first people to talk about racism, and he made a short film about it and released it. And for that time, back in the 50s to be doing that. Well, this might have even been the 40s, I think, when he made this.
Yeah,
and it was all about anti-bigotry.
Yeah, because he was with the Rat Pack.
Yes.
And they wouldn't allow Sammy Davis Jr. to come in the front because he was black, and black people had to go in the back.
Yes, in Vegas at the time.
And he said, no way.
He goes, if Sammy don't walk in the front door, I don't walk in the front door.
Okay.
And he changed that,
Yeah, they cancel a lot of shows. All right, then. We'll get someone else.
But I do like that about Sinatra, that he was very vocal in that, especially in a time when it was not popular to be vocal. Same with Marlon Brando. He was very vocal about that. So
yeah, he was. But look, these people make a tiny, tiny difference. Maybe. But nothing will change until the people who are basically have the remote control.
Yeah.
They're the people that have got to go. You got to go. No, I think that's it. That's the core of it. In 30 years' time, it'll be a different thing. What could be better than a black president? You think that's it?
Yeah, the black game changer.
This is it. This is the big game changer. A black person is in charge. No, it's just an illusion.
Matter. Yeah,
it's just an illusion.
It highlights that.
Yeah. But I think we should put this podcast.
This podcast is coming out this week.
Oh, good,
this is of course.
And let us know what you think. If people are in disagreement with us, we welcome that. We're not fascist.
We welcome open discussion.
Yeah, just leave your address and number, and we'll come and discuss it with you.
But this gets back to my old theory, right? This is my old theory, and I think it's one for the ages.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what your racial background is, what the color of your skin is,
yes,
what your religious or ideological beliefs are.
Yes.
Just come from a point of treating each other with a bit of love and compassion.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else will take care of itself.
Okay, Oprah. It's nice to have you here.
No, but I know people have often said to me, "Oh, well, that's very simple." Yeah, it is. It doesn't need.
Look.
Why not? Why not?
The thing is, Joel,
but if everyone had that as their foundation,
but I think most people do.
But talk from that point of view, and then everything will be all right. It's like you'll be able to have a sense of empathy and understanding coming from that point of view that will enable these issues and differences to be, I think, dealt with in a more productive way.
Yeah, and how are you going to achieve that when you got people, the media, on both sides feeding you things? Can't you see that this is something that they want to inflame people?
Sure.
They want to get this chaos happening because the more chaotic things are, the divide and conquer.
But then you can have the media doing all that. But if you're coming from a bit of love, compassion, and empathy, then the media can say whatever they want to say.
You can do your part.
And if each individual does that,
that's right.
That's the game changer, I think. But because don't worry about what the politicians are saying. Don't worry about what the media is saying. Just as you as an individual, what are you saying?
I'm saying this podcast's gone too long. Not enough jokes. People can wear the jokes. I agree with you. I agree with you in principle. I think that's all you can do.
Yeah.
I mean, you're watching these things and you go, this is completely out of my hands. I'm just watching it as an observer. All I can do is be nice to my neighbors and don't steal from them again. And, and be polite. Don't go crazy.
Yeah.
Don't road rage, for example. Just calm down and just saying and that'll be a wonderful world, and everything will live. Everyone will be happy, and Jesus will come back and punish the evildoers.
And everyone else will live happily ever after.
Fantastic.
Great. Well, I look forward to that world.
Oh yeah.
When's that world coming?
It's coming Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Wednesday afternoon.
All right.
That's when the world will be.
I'll be ready.
We'll be at 1. Yes.
Well, until then.
just look after your own universe. That's my philosophy in life. Just do what you can, and the rest is just like a movie. The world seems like a big, crazy Tarantino movie.
Although, if it were, I guess it would be...
the good guys will win.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah, hopefully. It's, we don't get, flat ending.